All right, today we're diving into something really cool and honestly pretty mind-bending coming out of Stanford. It's called DSPy, and it's not just another tool. It's proposing a whole new way to think about building with large language models. So let's just jump right in.
So let me just start with this question. What if, instead of you spending hours, maybe even days, painfully handcrafting the perfect prompt, what if the AI could just do that for you? Imagine you just describe your goal, and the system itself figures out the absolute best way to ask the language model to get it done. That's the big promise here. That's DSPy. But, to really get why that's such a big deal, we got to talk about the problem. We have to look at where we are right now. And for a lot of people building with LLMs, prompt engineering, well, it feels like we're working with the assembly language of AI. It's low level, it's tedious, and it's a real pain.
I mean, if you've ever built anything with an LLM, this slide probably hits close to home. It's this endless, frustrating cycle, right? You try a prompt, it doesn't quite work. You tweak a word, you test it again. You change the phrasing, test it again. And then, just when you get it perfect, a new model drops from OpenAI or Google, and poof, all your hard work breaks. It's just not a scalable way to build complex applications.
And this is the real kicker. We spend all of our brainpower focused on how to ask the model for something, the exact magic words. We're not focused on what we actually want to achieve. We're stuck in the weeds of implementation instead of thinking about the high-level logic of our application. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, DSP is proposing a fundamental shift in our thinking. It's a new paradigm that moves us away from writing instructions and moves us toward simply declaring our intent. Okay, this right here is the big idea, the core analogy that makes DSP click. Think about the history of coding. Nobody writes in assembly anymore unless they absolutely have to. We write in high-level languages like Python or JavaScript. We tell the computer what we want, and a compiler translates that into the low-level machine code. DSP wants to do the exact same thing for AI. You write the logic, and the DSP compiler handles the messy business of creating the perfect, optimized prompt for the language model. So, to put it simply, DSPy is a framework that draws a line in the sand. It creates a formal separation between the logic of your program, the what, and the nitty-gritty prompts that tell the AI how to do it, the how. And that's the magic of it, right? You just focus on specifying the behavior you're looking for. You give it a few examples of good inputs and outputs, and then you let DSPy do the heavy lifting. It systematically optimizes and finds the best possible prompt for you. It's optimization, not guesswork. All right, so this compiler for AI thing, it sounds amazing, but how does it actually work? It's not magic, I promise. Let's pop the hood and see what's going on inside. It's actually a really elegant three-part system. So it all boils down to these three core ideas. First, you have signatures. This is just a fancy way of saying you declare your inputs and outputs really clearly. Think of it like a function definition. Question, answer. Super simple. Second, you build your program using modules, which are like pre-built Lego blocks. You can chain them together to do complex stuff. And third, and this is the secret sauce, you have teleprompters. These are the optimizers. They're the engine of the whole system. They take your program, test out tons of different prompt variations, and figure out which one works best for your specific data. So when all is said and done, what you've got is an entire prompt pipeline that's been automatically optimized. And what's really key here is that it's not just tailored to your task, it's tailored to the specific language model you're using at that moment, whether it's GPT-4, Llama 3, or whatever comes next. Okay, so in theory, this sounds like a total game changer. But what about in practice? Where does DSPy actually fit into the current ecosystem of tools? Let's get a quick reality check on who's using it and how it stacks up. This table really lays it all out. Look at that optimization row. That's the killer feature. Everything else is manual. But also, look at the paradigm row. Tools like LangChain are imperative. You tell them exactly what to do step by step. DSP is declarative. You just tell it the end result you want. But that power comes at a price, and you can see it right there, a steeper learning curve. And yeah, that learning curve we just talked about, you can totally see it in who's using DSPy right now. It's heavily skewed towards ML researchers, folks at Stanford, and really advanced developers. This isn't quite a mainstream tool for your average weekend hackathon, at least not yet. It's for people on the cutting edge. And look, it's super important to know that DSPy isn't a silver bullet. It's not for everything. If you're just writing a simple one-off prompt, this is way, way overkill. It's also still a young research framework, so if you need rock-solid production stability, you might want to wait a bit. And frankly, if your team just doesn't have the time to climb that learning curve, it's probably not the right choice right now.
So let's take a step back for a second. Let's zoom out, because whether DSPy itself becomes the next big thing or not, the ideas behind it are part of a much bigger shift in how we're all going to be building AI in the future.
If you look at how we've been programming AI, there's a pretty clear pattern here. It's an evolution. We started with manual, direct instructions. Then we got frameworks like LangChain that let us chain things together. Now we're at this declarative stage with compilers like DSPy. You have to wonder what's next. Probably something even more abstract, where we just state a high-level goal and the system figures out the entire architecture.
And what this all boils down to is one major shift in thinking. The job might be changing. It might be less about being a prompt engineer who crafts perfect sentences, and more about being an AI program compiler, someone who designs and optimizes the systems that generate those sentences automatically.
And that leaves us with a pretty big, kind of provocative question to end on. If tools like DSPy can automate the hardest, most tedious parts of creating prompts, is the role of the prompt engineer as we know it today already becoming a thing of the past? It's something to think about, because it really feels like the skills we need to build with AI are shifting under our feet once again.